Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to import from Excel into Sage Line 50. This method can be used to import from Excel to Sage Line 50 version 2010, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Okay, in order to do that, the first thing you need to have is Excel sheet in the layout as you can see right now on my screen, on your screen. And apart from this column that I'm going to remove right here, this Excel sheet I'm going to upload in my description so you can download it and use it for your, for if you want to use it to import into Sage Line 50. So the first thing is date, very important, you must have date, type, details and reference. Well, these are both optional, but I recommend that you do use them because it's going to make things really more clear for you if you want to find out about any transactions that you've imported. Net amount, tax codes, account reference, nominal account reference. These are all very important. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what to do in order to import something. So for example, on the 1st of January 2013, if you issued a sales invoice, so the sales invoice would be SI. For example, if you issued the sales invoice to one of your customers called, let me go into my customers, A1 Designs. So A1 Designs sale. Okay, reference, for example, if you sale of hair products. Okay, so to A1 Designs you sold hair products, and for example, if it was an invoice number 1001, okay, and it was for say £300, the tax amount would be, for example, 20%. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the formula on it, equals 300 into 0.2. So it calculates the tax automatically, and the tax code must be T1 for this. And then account reference. This account reference would be used for this if it's a customer. So if you go into Sage, you see this account. This is the account reference you need to use. So A1D001. It doesn't matter if it's lowercase or uppercase. So A1D001, and the nominal account reference would be, for example, say 4,000, which is your sales. Okay, so now you know that what all of these are. Date would be date, type would be, if you have used Sage Line 50 before, which obviously you would have, you must know what types are. So for example, if it's a sales invoice, it would be SI. If it's a purchase invoice, it would be PI. If it's a bank payment, it would be BP, bank receipt would be BR, and so on and so forth. Okay, so, and now, for example, on the 2nd of February, you got an invoice from your supplier, which is a purchase invoice. Let me go into my supplier and select one of them. So, for example, if I received an invoice from Mears Insurance, Mears Insurance, and say if it was an invoice number, say M1210, and if it was for amount £400, and if there was no tax, I would put tax amount as 0 and T should be 0, and the account reference again, it should be seen from Sage. So if it's MEA001, and so it's 8204 for insurance, 8204. And then for example, if on 3rd of April you got a receipt, a sales receipt, well, not a sales receipt, but a receipt from, what else can you receipt? Say for example, if it's a cash sale, and for cash you sold gums. Okay, reference can be cash or whatever. And if it was say if it was in bank and you received the total amount of you sold gum for £10,000. Okay, so this 10,000 includes your sale and your VAT, so your net amount and VAT. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put equals 10,000 divided by 1.2. Okay, so 8333.33. Okay, and the VAT on this should be into 0.2, so it should be 1,666.67, and this is obviously T1. Okay, and if you want to put it in nominal code for 1,000, you can do that. Okay. Okay, and now, for example, say on 10th of April, you made a payment, BP, bank payment. Oh, I'm sorry. The one thing that I forgot to tell you about this transaction is that in account reference you have to put 1,200. So it shows that in which account you actually received this cash. Yeah. Well, if it's a bank, if it's coming directly into bank, it cannot be cash sale. It can be, say, credit card sale, or say direct sale. Direct sale comes. Okay. On 10th of April, you made the payments to, say, for example, for legal fees. Okay. So if it was made to Myron and Co. Limited, the reference would be, say, for professional fees or legal fees. And the reference would be, say, if their invoice number is MIR001 and it was for £500, and it did have VAT on it, so I'm just going to do it. So the total payment was £600, okay, and T1, and again 1,200 from the normal bank account, and legal fees would be 7,600. Okay, now I'm going to show you about, say, when you receive a payment from your customers for a sales invoice that you have issued to them. So for example, I receive £300 from A1 Designs. What I'm going to do is put the date on it, for example 11th of April. Okay, so the sales receipt should be SR, but as I told you before that you cannot use, you cannot basically import SR or PP. You cannot import PP and SR. So what you can do is import SA, which is sales receipt on account, and from A1 Designs, and if it was invoice number 1001, and you received from them £360. Okay, you do not want to, because you have already issued them an invoice and recorded the VAT on that, you cannot record VAT again on your sales receipt on account. Okay, so you're just going to put tax amount as 0, and tax code should be T9. It cannot be T0, it should be T9, because it's a sales receipt. Okay, and now the account that you received money in would not come into this one, it would go into 1,200. So there is a difference. All these three are to do with the bank, but the difference is that these two payments or receipts were not from a customer or to a supplier. They were directly posted to the nominal account, but this one is not being posted into a nominal ledger. It's being posted to basically a control account, which is the sales control account, the debtors control account. Okay, so this is the reason bank account shouldn't come in here. It should go into nominal account reference. and account reference should be A1D001. Okay, so there you go. And for example, if you made a payment on the same date, purchase payment should be PP, but as I told you, you cannot import PP, you can only import PA. Say for example, you made the payment to Mia's Insurance, okay, and reference would be M1210, and you must have made the payments of 400 to them. Tax amount would be 0, and this time tax code shouldn't be T0, it should be T9, because again, as I told you, it's a payment on account. You cannot put T0 on it or T1 on it, you have to put T9. Me would be the account, and 1200 would be the bank account. Okay. Alright, so that's I think that should explain to you how you can import from Excel to Sage account. If you, I'm going to actually import it into my Sage Line 50 as well. I'm going to show you that, but this is basically how it works. And if you want to post any other types of transaction, for example, sales credit, which is SC, or purchase credits, which is the credit note that you receive from your supplier, which is PC, purchase refunds, sales refunds, and all those different types of general credit, general debits, everything can be imported except, as I told you, PP and SR. These are the two transactions that you cannot import. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete this, and I'm going to import it into Excel. Right, so if you want to import it into Excel, if you're using version 2011, 12, 13 and 14, you can just use this Excel sheet to import it. It will make things really, really easy for you. But if you're using version 2010, what you need to do is make a CSV file, which will be, I'll show you how to do that. It's very, very easy. You can use the same file and then just make a CSV. So go into File, Save As. Where it says Save As Type, you just select CSV, delimited. You do not select CSV Macintosh or CSV MS-DOS. You just need to select CSV, delimited. Select it, and you can just name it Sage Import, which for some reason I already have. I'm just going to delete that. So Sage Import, save. Oh, it's not there anymore. So Sage Import 2. Okay, and it will ask you this thing, so just say yes to it. And if you close it, it will ask you to save it again, just say no. Okay, so since I'm using 2014, I'm not going to import a CSV file. I'm just going to import the normal Excel file, which I did not save in CSV. So in order to import it, all you need to do is go into File, Import, yes, Next, Audit Trail Transactions, Next, Excel worksheet, browse, and you browse the normal file, not the CSV file. Well, if you are using 2010, you need to, if you're using 2010, I'll show you again. Go into File, Import, Next, Audit Trail. Instead of Excel worksheet, you just select CSV, and then hit Browse, and it will ask you to take this one, but I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the Excel worksheet. So I'm just going to do this one. Next. Well, this is where it's really complicated, but you do not have to worry about this at the moment, because if you're using my Excel sheet, then it should automatically pick everything up. But if you're not using my Excel sheet, if you have created your own Excel sheet and it has different fields in it, different columns in it, then you'll need to match them. So type, you need to match to the type column. Account reference, you need to match to the account reference column. But it should automatically pick up all these if you are using my Excel sheet. So if you hit Next, Import, it has imported everything, and that's all done for you. So all these transactions are now, where is it? All these transactions are now on your Excel sheet. yeah, that's all. I hope that you learned something new today. If you have anything to ask me, you can always do that by, messaging me on YouTube, by, commenting, or you can visit my website, which is I'm sorry, which is www.alikareem.co.uk. Thank you. Bye.